Hello, welcome. This is Level Up Yours. As you hear, we got Will.
Hi.
Yep. So, yeah, been a while.
It has been a while, and a lot has happened within the span of the month since we had last done one of these.
Really, only a month. I thought it was like 5.
Yeah, it does end up feeling that way, doesn't it? This fall and winter season have felt fairly long.
Yeah.
But in the wake of that longness, we have gotten some good news, some decent news, but some sad news to top all of it off. The
Rest
first
in peace,
bit,
Stanley.
yes. Well, we talked about that last time, but yes. But one of the bits of news, I'll start off with the really cool bit of news that actually happened around 6 hours ago from the time of us doing this podcast. As you all know, I'm a casual fan of the Dragon Quest series, but I've been loving Dragon Quest XI. And I state this because the Switch version of Dragon Quest XI recently just dropped its first trailer.
Sweet.
Yes, and
so, how's it looking? Is it the low settings we were recording or something else?
it was it's kind of like a lower res version of the PlayStation 4 version, which is completely understandable because, you know, as sucks as much as it state, the Switch is not as powerful as the PS4, the Xbox One, or any given PC.
Well, of course not.
But Dragon, from what I've been seeing of the footage, it looks just fine.
Good.
Just fine. And it also stands out for some other interesting reasons. The fact that it has Japanese voice acting. And the reason why this stands out is because ever since Dragon Quest's original release from the NES days up to now, not a single Dragon Quest game in Japan has ever gotten voice acting. No voice acting for any Japanese version at all. In fact, it's the West that got any of the voice acting that appeared in games like Dragon Quest VIII.
Nice.
So that's a first for them, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
But and supposedly we're going to be hearing some more news from the Dragon Quest Switch version in January. I think in the 1st of January. So hopefully we hear about a release date because I really want people to play this game.
Yeah, that'll probably be the one way I play it.
Yeah.
It does look like a fun game to take on the go.
It's very perfect for the go, especially considering like how it's got this pick up put down nature with its turn-based combat. And it's not like the pressurizing turn-based combat like Final Fantasy's old schools, like if you don't pay attention to the turn-based, you're going to die kind of deal.
Final Fantasy X. Don't walk away from Seymour for more than 3 seconds.
I wouldn't really know that. I never played it, but...
Oh, dude. You have a PlayStation. Get the HD version. Final Fantasy X. It is great. It's also coming to the Switch, so...
As well as 7, 9, and... 7, 9, and... No, 7, 9, 10, and... Oh, God, what was... There was a 4th one. 12!
There you go.
It was 12.
There you go.
12.
Oh, yeah. I got that one in front of me. I don't know if it was 12, but let me look at my PS2 games. Yeah, it's 12. It's 12. And I will say, I think that is the worst game in the series, and everyone should skip it.
Well, that's a strong statement.
I hate it.
But it has that really awesome looking bunny character.
Dude, Fran is a cool character. I love her story arc. I love the pirate dude she hangs out with. The story of 12 is not necessarily the problem. It gave us the literal 75-hour boss fight where there was a save point in the boss arena.
Oh, yeah. Yzmat.
Yeah, Yzmat. And not to mention, they got rid of the turn-based, tried to make it like a timer system. So battles just happen when you walk up to things, and you don't necessarily have a lot of control over what's happening. A lot of this is just drop-down menus, timers, and it's a mess. I hate 12. I'm going to say play 9 and 10. Those are my favorite games in the whole series.
All right, then.
Yeah.
In other
Wasn't
news,
expecting to talk about that, but Final Fantasy. I grew up playing it. I love it. Fuck 12.
Yeah, a lot of divisive statements here. One of which being another bit of recent news that has popped up in terms of anime announcements. There is this new show coming out based on a light novel / manga series that a lot of people have been looking forward to, called Rising of the Shield Hero. Have you heard of this one before? Nope. Okay, so from the outset, it looks like a normal isekai anime. You know, like that sort of a Sword Art Online affair.
All right.
You know, like regular Joes get thrown into a fantasy world where they have to fight a demon dude. But the main character gets through this thing goes through this sort of event that's sort of a different twist on the genre. He gets framed for a crime he didn't commit and is stigmatized by everybody, even the people that summoned him.
Okay.
And so now this guy is not only trying to learn how to trust people again, but also to prove everybody wrong that, no, I didn't commit this crime, and all y'all are stupid for thinking I did. So overall, it seems like a nice idea. I've been reading the manga casually for some time, and it's been a fun ride. I think it's premiering sometime in January, so we got that bit of news.
Well, that's pretty nice. How do you feel about the live-action Cowboy Bebop?
Get the casting right, at least. Get the casting right and use only Yoko Kanno's music. Use anything else and you are liable to be ritualistically killed.
Well, there's some controversy going around because of a few notes they've released. I didn't know if you heard that.
No, what notes?
Oh, okay. It's essentially they're going to do a movie about the casino plot where we first meet the female character, Yellow Jacket. I forgot her.
Faye Valentine.
Faye, yeah. Essentially, they're retelling that portion, and there's also going to be a section about immigration and refugees thrown in.
Oh no!
Yes.
No, you don't know.
They're politicizing it.
No!
Yep.
Oh. God. And I was about to start talking about the One Punch Man trailer. Really, dude?
There was a One Punch Man trailer? I haven't seen that.
The first new trailer for the One Punch Man Season 2 series that's going to be premiering next year. And a lot of people are not very happy about it, actually.
Okay, what's wrong with it?
Well, the quality of the animation itself seems very divisive amongst people because it's not the same studio that's doing the production of the anime. The first season was done by Studio Madhouse, but this new season is done by Studio JC Staff.
Okay, that's going to change the styling a bit, but if it's still fluid.
Yeah, if it's still good looking, then, I mean, sure, but considering how it's looking from the outset, a lot of people aren't very happy. But what I'm happy about, and what I'm confident a lot of other fans of One Sensei's, sorry for the weeb statement, One Sensei's works are, Mob Psycho 100 Season 2's PV also released, and it's looking awesome, as always.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So long as they don't switch to doing it in CalArts style, I'm gonna say it'll probably be alright.
Yeah, CalArts is just everywhere nowadays.
Yep. I'm waiting for the first official anime done in CalArts.
Oh, God. Well, in some sad news, though, kind of a non sequitur compared to most other news that we've been talking about up till now. Jordan, you're familiar with the Super Best Friends channel, right?
Yeah.
And I told him this before when it happened only about roughly a week ago.
Yeah, a week or two at the time of this recording.
Yeah, the Super Best Friends channel has disbanded. They posted a video on their channel saying this is final, that the relationship between the three guys had just kind of deteriorated as the business went on, and now they're just pursuing their own solo projects. I don't think they're going to delete their channel because this is 9 years worth of content that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a good idea to delete all of that, you know, especially with all the full plays that they've done at Detroit Become Human, God of War, among many, many other games.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason why this is sad is because Super Best Friends is one of those channels that, despite the YouTube algorithms not being very kind to it, they stuck to their guns for pretty much a lot of their playthroughs.
They really have.
Like, most channels, especially Let's Players nowadays, try to involve themselves with the YouTube algorithm in some way, whether it be like posting shorter form videos or posting one-off videos of games that honestly need more time to expand on. These guys, Pat, Matt, and Wooly, they just went ahead and stuck to their guns of doing half an hour long episodes, podcast episodes, playing games in their entirety, because playing games in their entirety honestly is a very helpful format for people that may not be able to afford a lot of the platforms that certain games are on.
Yeah, actually, like for God of War, I watched it. I don't have a PS4, so the long play is very useful to me for exclusives like that, or Spider-Man, for example.
Yeah, exactly. And granted, there are channels that are trying to keep that sort of spirit alive, one of which is us. And granted, we're not going to try and claim to be the next Super Best Friends play. Nobody can replace these guys for what they've been able to help with in terms of the channels. Like, believe it or not, it's because of Super Best Friends play that one of my other favorite YouTubers, Super Eye Patch Wolf, even exists, period. Do you want to know the origins of that?
Yeah, why not?
It's because during their podcast, the Super Best Friends cast, Wooly, one of the dudes on there, made a statement about Hunter x Hunter 2011, or just Hunter x Hunter in general, that pissed Eye Patch Wolf off so much he started a YouTube channel out of spite.
That's
so funny to me. It's hilarious, but that just makes it all the more sad that these guys have stopped what they're doing, especially where they were at, because at the time of this recording, the last actual Let's Play episode they had up was one where Matt and Wooly were playing Kingdom Hearts, and they were in the middle of a boss fight with Ursula. So
don't lose much there. We all know that the water level was horrible in that game.
But I was looking forward to them playing more of it so that they could get to making fun of Captain Hook, like how they made fun of Clayton, which was hilarious.
Okay. Have they done Monstro yet?
They did Monstro.
Okay, I need to watch that, because I remember as a kid, Monstro infuriated me.
Yeah, they had to actually look up a walkthrough on how to actually get through there, because the chambers were so confusing.
Yeah, no, that level was the bane of my childhood.
Yeah.
Freaking Monstro.
Bane of mine, too. But
no one revisits Monstro.
Yeah, but I mean, with them moving on to their own solo projects, these guys are very entertaining, and I highly recommend checking out their channels because they have very good insight. In fact, Matt McMuscles recently put out a video that's basically a retrospective on the Punch-Out series.
Oh, that's neat.
So, yeah, be sure to check them out. Mm-hmm. However, there is one elephant in the room news that recently came about in the first week of December that is going to be the bulk of what we talk about right now, and that is, drumroll, the Game Awards. So the Game Awards came out, and I watched the whole thing live streamed by one of the content creators I watch, but Jordan has not seen it.
Nope, I just voted because I heard about it, and someone was like, go vote on what games you like, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't just games that they had categories up for. They had categories up for people like Best Esports Moments, Best Esports Commentators, Best Esports...
I saw a furry one.
Yeah, and that's actually
awesome.
That's the first one I'm going to actually divulge on, because the winner of Best Esports Player was that furry guy, Sonic Fox.
Yeah, Sonic Fox. He looked kind of cool. I was like, I like your suit. I like your mask. It's kind of adorable.
Yeah, funny enough, he came up on stage wearing the fursuit, and he had to take it off because, he had trouble speaking through it. But he gave pretty much the most real human speech in that whole award show.
Really? I heard some people say he kind of politicized it too much, but I haven't seen it, so I don't really know.
Well, he kind of, but he had heart in his speech, and that's what mattered.
Oh, okay.
And he had so much heart for it that the teleprompter was actually telling him to get off the stage.
I love that. That's good.
But yeah, that's super cool that he managed to win, because I know some moments of his that are really fun to watch. For For example, the instance where he went through a Mortal Kombat 10 tournament in EVO, and he was backed so far into a corner by his opponent, he took his hat off, which he had never done before up to that point, which I thought was hilarious. It was like his image, and he took it off. And even the commentators were like, oh.
The hat came off.
The hat came off. So the next category that I'll talk about is the best esports game. Obviously, some of these games have been going on for years, but it was obvious the winner of this was Overwatch.
StarCraft. Oh.
Nope. StarCraft wasn't even a nominee on here. It was Counter-Strike. It was Counter-Strike Go, Dota 2, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Overwatch, and Overwatch predictably won.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Out of those, I'd pick Overwatch too, but you know.
Yeah, I mean,
not
Overwatch is
kind of like it or anything.
Yeah. Shut up. But
back up.
Yeah. But yeah, because Overwatch is just stupidly popular to everybody, I can totally see why. Honestly, though, the fact that I guess people don't really see Fortnite as very esports competitive, because I would have definitely thought Fortnite would win. But
I mean, it's popular, but I kind of consider it more of a party game than anything competitive.
That makes sense.
I mean,
the next category was best debut indie game, basically for indie games that had just
Celeste.
Celeste was multiple nominees, but it wasn't in this one. The winner of this one was The Messenger, which is sort of a love letter to Ninja Gaiden, old school Ninja Gaiden, like NES Ninja Gaiden.
That's cool.
Yeah, so if any of you've seen that, the game looks awesome. I sadly have not gotten to play it yet, but it really looks fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play that.
Yeah, the next category to bring to attention was best multiplayer game, and you know, roll your eyes in shock. Fortnite won this one, which made me really, which made me sad because Monster Hunter World was a nominee in this category. I voted for that one because I like Monster Hunter World a lot. An expansion's coming out next year that makes me really happy.
Okay, I mean,
because they're adding an ice world. They're adding an ice world to it.
Was World of Warcraft on there?
No, World of Warcraft is not on here. Oh. It was Sea of Thieves, Monster Hunter World, Fortnite, Destiny 2, and Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
I was probably voting Destiny 2 then. I really like Destiny 2.
Dude, you gotta get Monster Hunter World. It's a perfect introduction into the series.
Okay.
Gonna skip past the sports game because sports. Ew. Now, Best strategy game. The winner of this one was a recent indie hit called Into the Breach, which I was surprised.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I was surprised it actually won out against something like Banner Saga and Valkyria
Banner Saga
and Valkyria Chronicles. I thought that would have definitely won.
It got a little too much flack, I think. Like,
really?
Yeah. No, people were calling it like sexist or something. I forget, but I was like, whatever.
Oof. Yeah. Ouch. So the category after that was Best Family Game.
Oh, boy.
The winner of this was actually a game called Overcooked 2.
Oh, that's great. I love Overcooked.
Yeah. I would have totally thought Mario Party would have won, though, but I guess enough people don't like Mario Party to actually vote for it, which makes me happy.
Okay. I'm not going to say it's enough people don't like Mario Party. I'm just going to say it's probably that the last few Mario Parties put a bad taste in people's mouths with the fucking bus.
Yeah, well, I'm just happy because I don't like Mario Party, so that's fine.
I'm going to play Mario Party with you now.
No, never. Never. It was ruined for me when one of my jackass neighbor friends kept winning and ruining the spirit of it for me. Kept pissing me off. Category after that was Best Fighting Game.
Oh, boy.
Now, again, roll your eyes in shock. Dragon Ball FighterZ won.
Actually, I'm shocked.
Really?
I played a bit of it, but honestly, the mechanics seem a little loose. It seems a little too complex and not rooted enough to me. But, I mean, I could see where the Dragon Ball fan base could push it.
Well, Dragon Ball combined with Arc System Works fans, it's just too large of an audience for Bandai Namco or Capcom to try and overtake. and even in front of Arc System Works itself, because 2 games featured in the nominees were from Arc System Works. It was BlazBlue Cross Tag. It was BlazBlue Cross Tag and Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I would have thought BlazBlue would have done it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a more cemented series. I've always enjoyed the gameplay of it. Doesn't have any weird mechanics for the most part. Reminds me a lot of Guilty Gear.
Well, Dragon Ball finds a way.
Yeah, Dragon Ball finds a way.
It always finds a way.
That wish was granted.
But the fact that BlazBlue Cross Tag was even nominated was awesome because the game features Ruby characters, which just makes me happy.
Mm-hmm. No, I actually really enjoyed the last BlazBlue.
Yeah. And the category after this, I wasn't so mad. I was just kind of disappointed in terms of the winner of Best Role-Playing Game.
Oh, boy.
So before I say the winner, the nominees were Dragon Quest XI, Monster Hunter World, Ni no Kuni 2, which I was surprised actually made a nomination. It seemed kind of downplayed when it came out.
Yeah, don't hear much about it.
Octopath Traveler, which I was so happy got a nomination here, and Pillars of Eternity 2. And the winner was Monster Hunter World.
Yep, I would have thought Octopath.
I mean, I don't consider Monster Hunter World that much of a role-playing game, more of an action game with role-playing elements. Granted, you do manage stats a lot, and you get to make your character and all that, but...
Yeah, I guess that's all you really need.
I guess, but I would have... If Dragon Quest XI won, the game would have gotten so much love and reception after that.
Oh, hell yeah.
But, you know what? I can live with a nomination. The fact that it got nominated was... It's fine enough by my standards.
Yeah.
Now, Best Action Adventure Game. Here's where the trend of a certain popular game that came out recently kind of starts to show. It didn't win this category, but the fact that it got nominated as many times as it did kind of shows a little bias towards a particular level of the fandom that this game has.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of this category was God of War, but the nominees, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2 and Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Okay, I know I voted Spider-Man like 2 times in that category.
I voted Spider-Man as well. Now, keep in mind Red Dead 2, because you're going to see a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
The next category was Best Action Game. And the winner of this, surprising to me, because it overcame all the AAA titles out there, Dead Cells.
I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, I am too. Like, Dead Cells... Okay, so my reasons for being surprised about this is because we have this kind of trend as gamers to see a new game come out that has so much to it, and we explore that for maybe a few months, maybe 3 to 5 months, but then it's just kind of forgotten. Well, not forgotten, more like it's not as relevant to the interests of gamers now.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess Dead Cells made enough of an impression to really gel with people.
That's good.
So good on Motion Twin for their awesome game.
Yeah.
Winning out against Far Cry 5 and Destiny 2 and COD.
Yeah, I really was thinking it'd be Destiny 2.
Yeah, I would have thought it'd be Far Cry, but...
Far Cry 5 was meh.
Big old surprise on me. I'm going to skip VR because, you know, neither of us can really have an opinion on VR at this point.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah, going to skip Best Mobile because the winner was a game called Florence, and I have no idea what Florence is.
You know, I actually play mobile games, and I don't either.
Best Independent Game.
Oh, boy.
And the winner of this made me really happy. The winner was Celeste.
Thank God.
Yes, it was Celeste, Dead Cells, Into the Breach, Return of the Obra Dinn, and The Messenger. A good selection. Good selection of nominees, but I'm so happy Celeste won. And much like Sonic Fox, when the developers of Celeste came up on stage to accept the award, the guy that was talking on the mic just seemed actually like so touched that he won this. But yeah, super happy Celeste won. If nobody saw this, but I did a stream of the entire game on my Twitch channel because I saw gameplay of it and I thought, oh, this game looks neat. And as it turns out, the game was more than neat. It was great. It's a great game. Play it. It's on Switch, PS4, and I think PC too. Let me check, actually. I think it's on PC. But how about you, Jordan? Have you played it?
No.
Or have you only seen
Celeste?
Yeah, Celeste.
No, I actually haven't played it, but I've
You have?
watched a lot of gameplay, and I really love it. Like, it's one of those games I'm planning to pick up once I cut down some of my Steam library I'm working on right now.
Well, Celeste is only around $20 on Steam, so there
Yeah.
you go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those I'm gonna hit pretty soon.
Yeah, and speaking of Celeste, it actually won this next category for games for impact.
Okay.
Basically, games that have like these relatable messages and themes and such. Now, this is interesting. I replied to a guy on Twitter that was asking if Celeste really was that good of a game, and I said yes. It tackles very intimate themes, and it's very pretty, and it's really good. And then a guy replied to me saying, "Oh yes, how subtle is it to have a monster literally be made from like the concept of depression?" And I was about to kind of tear that guy to shreds, say like, "Oh yeah, well that's true. They did make depression into a manifestation, but the reason why Celeste wins out on top of that is because it didn't treat depression as a enemy to be defeated." And I'm not going to say any more because I want you guys to play the game and experience it for yourselves. But just know, like, there'll always be those folks that are like, "Oh, how childish! You think that this game has so much impact when it turned depression into a big, scary Oogie Boogie monster."
True, but you have a point. It's not something you can defeat.
It's not something you can defeat. But what I wish could be defeated was the voting for this next category of best performance.
All right.
Now, I don't mind the nominees on here. I mind the winner on here.
All right.
Not out of spite for the actor, but just out of like the trend that happened throughout the Game Awards because of this. The nominees were Brian Descartes, who played Connor in Detroit Become Human, and I should state, from the gameplay I've seen of Detroit Become Human, I think Connor is like my favorite of the android characters because I like his performance a lot. There's Christopher Judge as Kratos from God of War. The lady that played Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm sad that I cannot pronounce her name at all. Roger Clark as the protagonist of Red Dead Redemption 2. And Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker. I'm confident both of us voted for him, right?
Yeah. I at least did one for him. I think I also did one for Kratos because that was a good performance.
Roger Clark won.
Detroit?
Yeah, Roger Clark, the guy that played Red Dead 2.
Oh, Red Dead 2.
Yeah, he won. Now, this is starting something that I got a bit salty about as this kept going on, and the reason why I call it the Red Dead Awards. Best audio design, Red Dead won it over Spider-Man, God of War, Forza 4, and COD 4. Now,
I don't necessarily agree, but, you know, hey.
Now, my reasons for being a little salty about this is because the other games, the other nominees that have been in the Game Awards at this point, all were games that when they came out, they had their explosions of, 9s out of 10s and people giving good praise to it, but they've each had their time to simmer down for people to think about them. Yes. Red Dead 2 did not have that time. It just came out around the time the Game Awards started.
So it was kind of riding on hype, you're saying.
It was kind of riding on a big high, and Rockstar Games' audience is much larger than Insomniac or Santa Monica or most other studios that were nominated here.
Okay.
And on top of that, there was that news story that came out about the inhuman amount of work hours that went into making Red Dead 2, so people probably gave some sympathy votes to them as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, Rockstar fans are probably going to tear us to shreds in the comments, but man, it just doesn't make it suck any less that some of these awards that should have been given to legitly unique nominees were just given to Red Dead because of the popularity and because of that news story.
Well, popularity is always going to influence a vote. I mean, that's just voting. The most popular has the advantage. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Doesn't mean they'll always win.
But it's this next category that kind of cements my reasoning for this. The best score in music.
Oh, boy.
Red Dead won this one.
No.
Over Octopath Traveler and Celeste. No.
I'm sorry. I've watched Red Dead. I've seen it, so I know what the soundtrack is pretty much, and I'm just going to say ambient noise.
ambient noise. I literally tried to listen to some. Got all the tracks I had listened to.
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler and Celeste had way better music, way more impactful, way more catchy. I can hum the Octopath Traveler's battle theme. I can't do that for Red Dead. Not just because I haven't played it, but because the music just seems so forgetful. And Celeste had fucking beautiful moving sounds to it. So, yeah, that's the reason why I'm pissed off about the trend here.
Okay.
Now, the category after this, Best Art Direction. Now, I'm not so mad about the winner, but I just feel like a different nominee deserves it a bit differently. Okay. The winner of this was Return of the Obra Dinn, which, if you don't know, is from the same developer as the guy that made Papers, Please.
Okay. I liked Papers, Please.
Yeah, it's a fine enough game. And if you've seen the art direction in that game, it certainly deserves its nomination and award, but it won it over Octopath Traveler, and I just feel like, man, no other RPG did an art style like Octopath, or even a graphical style like Octopath.
Maybe so, but I will admit, Octopath has its moments where even the sprites fall on their face. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I won't say it's like the best RPG ever and nothing is wrong with it. There
are things wrong with it. There are things definitely wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously some of the stories with the characters are better than others, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not too offended by that. Like, there were points where I was playing it and some of the sprites look like they just took a dip in resolution compared to the player sprites, or even in normal gameplay outside of combat, where, yes, the backgrounds get blurred because of the art style. It was kind of just muddy texture, and I was like, you know, it's beautiful what you're trying to do, but I can tell you're getting back into the sprite art game, and there are definite ways you could improve it.
Still good, though.
Oh, still good, yeah.
Still a good game. Yep. If you have a Switch, get Octopath Traveler.
Definitely.
So the category after this was Best Narrative, and one of the nominees here, everybody just kind of started rolling their eyes or chuckling at. Detroit Become Human was a nominee.
Ew.
Now, yeah, exactly, ew. Thankfully, it didn't win. The winner of this was Red Dead 2. Shocker. Ew. It won over Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, I would have given it to that.
Yeah, same. Or God of War, even.
Yeah, God of War was pretty good.
But the fact that Detroit Become Human didn't win, despite it being nominated, I'm a bit happy about that. That's the one time where I think Red Dead actually overcame that problem.
Yeah.
Now, Best
Red Dead
Game
has
Direction.
a good story. Like, from what I've seen, it does have a good story.
Yeah, it just, you know, again, that boom in popularity of it kind of overtook a lot of the games on here.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, it didn't take over Best Game Direction. That went to God of War.
Nice. It did have very solid game design.
Yeah, and God of War also had that cool directorial thing where it literally was one unbroken shot for the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
So no cuts at all, which was cool.
Yep.
And then there's Best Ongoing Game. Shocker. Fortnite won this. But an even bigger shocker, No Man's Sky was on here. Now, granted, No Man's Sky has gotten its updates since its initial release.
I'm not saying anything, because it's improved,
but you can't really take away the fact that Hello Games still lied to their audience.
And technically still hasn't fulfilled everything they set out to do. That's my main thing.
And still has its technically bad moments. I've seen people have crashes on this game in its modern take.
Well, yeah. And I mean, at least they were ambitious. Like, I don't fault them too much, okay? We were all excited. We all kind of drank the Kool-Aid. But it's not the first time game developers have made promises they couldn't keep. I mean, look at Fable. Look at Sonic 06. It happens. It happens.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
You know.
And then we reach the category of Game of the Year. Now, this surprised me the most because you never really think indie games have a place on Game of the Year, you know?
I think they should.
They should, but you never really expect them to because all the AAA games just end up taking up all the space. But Celeste was a nominee on here. Celeste.
Damn straight. Okay.
So I was super shocked to see that. Granted, God of War won, but the fact that Celeste was even nominated shows that there are people in the Game Awards, in the judging categories on this, people that judge the categories, they show that they do appreciate the more simpler stories and artistics of the independents on this. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, take that from what you will. And the fact that Monster Hunter World was also put as a nominee, it made me smile because, like, Monster Hunter has always seemed like the very niche thing in America and pretty much in the West in general because, you know, Monster Hunter is huge in Japan, but the West doesn't really seem to have it in the mainstream mind. Like it has its popular releases, but I guess thanks to World's reveal at E3 from a few years back, it just it did something. It done something right.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it's because Monster Hunter had more of an impact, I think, here in the West on the PS2, but by the 360 PS3 generation, it fell off. Doesn't really have any memorable console release.
Well, that's
we got a few on the Wii, and then we got some on the 3DS.
Yeah, that's well, a lot of people say it's because of they think that Capcom didn't want to have to remake graphics from the ground up for each console generation, which is pretty shallow to say, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case.
Proof's in the pudding, man.
Yeah, but past the Game Awards, it wasn't the only reason why people tuned into it. The awards themselves, because let's face it, folks, awards shows can be kind of bullshit.
They are. I don't watch them.
But one of the other reasons to have watched the Game Awards is for the various trailers and announcements.
Was not expecting announcements. I'm glad to hear about some of them.
Yeah. There were, for me in particular, there were 3 standout trailers to me. The last one is going to pretty much be our big sort of like, oh my god moment. The first trailer that stood out to me was one from the developer known as Supergiant Games, the guys behind Bastion, Transistor, Pyre. Pretty much guys that have, people that have shown themselves to be very good developers of video games.
Okay.
They have announced their new game called Hades, where I'm guessing you play as Hades in this isometric beat-em-up kind of hack-and-slash style game where, you know, you just try... I'm guessing, from what I've seen, you can probably play as Hades himself and try and earn your title as the god of the underworld. That's what I'm gathering. At least I hope that's the case. But, yeah the fact that Supergiant has another game coming out is exciting. Good on them. Now, the next one is kind of a standout because of the developer of the game, but moreover because the song they chose for the trailer was actually more of a standout compared to the game itself, which is pretty sad.
Okay.
Hello Games announced their next game called The Last Campfire. Now, the trailer itself was, you know, a typical sort of adventure showing trailer of these little sprite-looking things. Not literally sprite, but like these 3D little creatures searching around for campfires. But the reason why it stood out is because the licensed song they chose for the trailer was excellent. They chose a song called White Owl by Josh Garrels from his album called Love and War and the Sea in Between. And it's just so funny that the only memorable part of that trailer was that the song was really good.
Wow.
That's really it. Like, I even went to the Topics YouTube video of that song, and I looked in the comments and I saw, oh yeah, Game Awards sent me here, and I'm like, oh my god, no one cares about this game.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one cares because Hello Games lied to everybody.
Wow.
That is so funny to me. But yeah, I mean, it's not the first time that game trailer has gotten me to expand my music library, but I just thought it was hilarious that nobody really cares about the game. The song was just really good.
Yeah, that is really funny.
So yeah, go check out Love and War and the Sea in Between. Cool album. Really good album.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to that now.
And then... But then there was the last trailer, and boy.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, you should. So this trailer showed before they announced Game of the Year, and initially, I thought it was going to be a trailer for Cyberpunk 2077 because
We need
it
more.
it went first off, we need more since E3. Second off, it showed static behind Jeff Keighley as well as red, and I thought, oh, it's going to be another Cyberpunk trailer. But then the Persona 5 logo came up on the screen, and I was taken aback for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what? And I leaned in, and it was just Joker running through saying, yeah, I've made it into the theater. And they're all like, why is he at the Game Awards? And then an envelope comes on. And then Joker turns the envelope over, and it's the Smash Brothers logo.
Yep.
The Smash, like,
Yep.
I nearly shot up out of my seat in shock. I was like, Joker is getting in Smash Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
He's the first of the 5 DLC characters coming to Smash?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
So, with that announcement, and the reason why I guess one of the reasons why that announcement came around is because that night Smash Brothers Ultimate was releasing.
Yeah. I was actually at a midnight release.
But it took Jordan a little while to see the announcement trailer himself because I told him that in just as it happened, and he was like, "What?"
I'm like, dude, I just got Smash Bros. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and
I'm playing Smash.
He's playing Smash Brothers as I'm telling him about the DLC. And yeah, just sure enough, Joker is confirmed to be the first DLC fighter for Smash. And after that trailer finished, it was Jeff Keighley talking with Reggie Fils-Aimé, the president of Nintendo of America.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they were talking about, oh yeah, Smash Brothers just released, the game's gonna be a lot of fun. And for these 5 DLC characters, each of these characters are going to be characters that have never been in Smash Brothers and characters you'd never expect to be in Smash Brothers, like Joker from Persona 5. I guess Cloud's inclusion in Smash Brothers opened up the doors way wider than anybody would have expected.
I mean, Bayonetta. Who would have expected Bayonetta?
Well, Bayonetta had at that point become Nintendo exclusive, so...
The second game, you're right, but she's still technically a Platinum Games - Sega character?
That's fair. But,
like,
but yeah, I mean, this kind of opened up the library. Like, Joker's inclusion has now opened up the library to who now? Who could be next? They open with Joker. Who could be next? And past all the jokes of, like, Sans or Goku, I have legitimate characters that I would love to see in Smash Brothers, and that is what I would like to talk with you about.
All right, let's go.
You surely have your 4 characters that you would like to be as next Smash DLC, right?
I admit I haven't even really thought about it, but I'm sure I could come up with a few.
Yeah. I'll start off on this one then.
Okay.
The first character, and this is a character that I've been pushing for ever since Smash has been confirmed to ever get DLC. Ever since Smash 4, I want Travis Touchdown from the No More Heroes series to be Smash Brothers. I want that. And not just because I think Travis Touchdown's a phenomenally cool character, and not because of the fact that they have M-rated characters in Smash Brothers with Bayonetta, Snake, and now Joker.
Yeah.
But also because Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes is going to come out on Switch on the 18th of January. And I saw an interview with Goichi Suda, Suda51, the man that made from GameXplain. I saw an interview with them where Suda confirmed that he has a story layout for No More Heroes 3. And depending on how well Travis Strikes Again does, No More Heroes 3 could happen.
It needs to happen.
It needs to happen. And so I'm pretty much wanting to push Travis because...
I mean, I absolutely hate Joy-Cons, but you know what? They're like mini Wii remotes, so it would work.
It would work. And on top of that, Smash Brothers is the perfect marketing strategy.
It is.
It is the perfect marketing strategy. Like, how many people now know...
It's the fastest-selling game on the Switch, and I think it's also sold more than the actual Switch.
5 million units in 3 days!
Yes.
So, fair to say...
Let's say minimum 4 million people who will see your character.
Exactly. 4 million people. So, imagine getting Travis Touchdown in Smash, and then also releasing HD versions of No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the Switch. You would make so much sales. it's marketing 101.
You know,
advertise your shit to get proper sales out of it.
Here's a cool idea. Instead of just releasing No More Heroes 3, he does like a special edition release called the Triple Touchdown, and you get all 3 games HD on the Switch.
Jordan, you're making my butt pucker right now.
Hey!
So, yeah, that's my reasoning. And it's enough reasoning that Suda himself even agrees with the idea of having Travis in Smash Brothers. In fact, I'm not going to say what moveset I want for him because that's entirely up to the developer and Sakurai himself as to what their moveset should be. And honestly, trying to come up with a moveset, I don't think people should really do that because it just seems like they're kind of going too heavy into the details, and you know, it could completely be different from what people expect. But
well, either way, he has to use the beam katana. We know that.
He has to, yeah. And in fact, Suda himself even stated what he thinks Travis's final smash could be if he was in Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wants Travis to do a giant German suplex as his final smash. So, like in the game where he'll toss up his beam katana and grab an enemy from behind and do a big old German suplex. So
I like it.
Yeah, Suda likes the idea about as much as anybody else does.
Yeah.
So we just need to,
like, the main thing you need.
It's the main thing. So yeah, hopefully he gets in. And I even know what I want for his stage. I want his stage to be the No More Heroes Motel. It's an iconic location in the series.
First song that plays on it, we're finally cowboys.
Yes! Oh, and maybe even have Henry cool down an alternate skin for him.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
But yeah.
Or make him his Echo.
Or make him his Echo. Yeah. So Travis Touchdown, that's my first character idea that I want for Smash Brothers. The next one, I say this is mostly my joke character, but also because this character has been making his rounds for guest appearances and the Netflix series for his books. Yeah, Geralt. Because
I don't know if that'll happen, only because he's in Soul Calibur 6.
That's probably one of the reasons. I mean, granted, Bandai Namco has worked with Nintendo for Smash 4, but
I mean, we got Pac-Man.
We got Pac-Man, but I don't think they'll put in Geralt.
No.
But I say that because he's been making a lot of guest appearances, and funny enough, he's actually going to be a guest appearance in Monster Hunter World.
Oh, wow.
Like, he's going to be a future guest appearance, which blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, what?
That's pretty cool. I did like that they threw in an 8-bit, like, pixel Mega Man into Monster Hunter. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So overall, Geralt would just be a really jokey idea, but a cool one nonetheless.
Definitely, definitely.
Would also spread the popularity of the Witcher series and maybe even get some good advertisement for Witcher on Netflix.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I could see it. I could see it.
The next idea I have for a character, and, you know, again, this could be considered a joke one, but I've been a fan of this series for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan's known about this series for a long time. He's also a fan of it. If Joker can get in, Sora can get in.
At that point, give me Donald. I need more spellcasters in Smash.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, what? We only have, like, Zelda and Palutena, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of magic users, and, like, when playing through World of Light, and it's like, and you get the little thing, and it's like, increases the power of magic attacks. I'm like, who the hell am I going to use this on?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
2 characters? I mean, technically Ganon, but you're not really using his magic abilities half the time?
No. I mean, at least they added in his swords, finally.
Thank God.
Yeah, finally.
I mean, honestly, I was hoping Ganon would get even more of a rework, if I can just go a little off tangent, and say, since he's got his N64 design, I would have loved to see, like, Neutral B, instead of being the, like, punch, turn into, like, a light ball throw, kind of like he did in his boss battle. He has magic spears, things like that. I would have loved to see him be more of a warlock.
Yeah, and we got to also keep in mind that these are characters that Reggie confirmed as to never have been in Smash before, and also characters you never expect. And these would be characters that you'd never seen in Smash before because everyone's here.
Yeah.
So literally the doors could not be more open at this point.
Exactly. Sorry, Waluigi.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I'm not going to really include, as awesome as it would be, I don't agree with Dante from the Devil May Cry series. No. Because, I mean, let's face it, folks, the only reason why he would be included, as well as the reasons why Waluigi included, it's just for the memes. It'd be just so that people can post the Smash Brothers box art with that featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series sticker.
I mean, I wouldn't mind him being in, especially for the music. The music would be the main reason. Because
especially for the music.
I'm not a big Devil May Cry fan, but I would admit that music, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm a casual fan of the series, and I also would agree that Smash renditions of those Devil May Cry themes would be kick-ass.
Dude, I could just imagine Final Destination, that Cerberus theme kicking in.
And then also a Devil May Cry, because these characters are coming with music and a stage. So imagine getting to have like the Devil May Cry store itself, and then it starts playing The Time Has Come and So Have I in the background from 4. Having all that cool stuff.
I mean, it'd be a good advertisement for 5, so maybe, but, you know, I agree with you. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, same. Mostly, like, primarily because, like, granted, it would be a versatile moveset, but again, it's just mostly for the internet jokes. That's it. And then, I think about this, and part of me thinks this isn't going to happen, but I would love for it to anyway because of what I said at the top of this podcast. The hero character from Dragon Quest XI would be a nice idea as a character.
Yeah.
Because the Switch version is coming out next year, and the game is great. And if they could get Cloud, maybe Square Enix's iron-tight grip on a lot of their franchises could be loosened to have Dragon Quest representation.
All right.
Because, I mean, granted, Square Enix can be very stingy about their characters. I mean, for God's sakes, we only have, like, what, a couple or more Final Fantasy tracks in Smash Brothers as a whole? And Cloud still doesn't have an English voice?
Yeah.
Despite all of the Fire Emblem characters getting their English after Smash Ultimate?
Yeah, I mean, technically you could get the voice actor from the PSP game.
Yeah.
Or the movie.
Or maybe somebody less bland-sounding.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's better off bland.
Yeah, maybe.
We gotta have some bland heroes, come on. Not everyone has super sexy or cute voices, you know? Like, there's gotta be some bland people in the world.
Where's our Stephen Wrightson representations of video games?
Exactly.
Or that guy from the, oh god, what was his name? The guy from that farmer's insurance commercial. The guy with like that super mon. No, the guy that played as that teacher in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh god, yes.
People like him.
Yeah.
Have him voice game characters. Come on.
We need that. We need some of those people.
Come on, casting agents, get on that.
Don't be so biased.
Yeah, exactly. And as for the 5th character that I would like, oh man. As much as it would seem like a sort of a Y inclusion, have an indie game representation.
I'm fine with that. That'd be cool.
Like we've gotten some indie representation in Smash Ultimate with Shovel Knight being an assist trophy, and that 1 second that you see Shantae as a spirit.
Yeah. So
they're obviously open for inclusion of indie characters, and there are plenty out there with the moveset for it.
Yeah.
How amazing would it be?
We might get Maple.
I was going to say either the Drifter from Hyper Light Drifter or the Hollow Knight from, but sure.
Yeah. I'm just thinking another platform fighter. It's an indie game. We could maybe see some characters from that.
We could. But in general, that's just kind of the general census for me. It's have an indie character that seems like they could have a pulled together moveset that would work Particularly, as I just said, I would love the Drifter from Hyper Light Drifter or the Hollow Knight from Hollow Knight, because those games have been making their rounds, and Hyper Light Drifter is just fantastic, and it's on Switch. Why not?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So that's all I've got. How about you, Jordan?
Well, having thought about it just a little, and it has to be characters people wouldn't expect. So my first pick, the first character I want to see, Shinobi. Sega's Shinobi. You got the PS2 release, which would be an awesome alternate costume. He had the new 3DS Shinobi reboot, and it goes back to the white and red Shinobi from the original 3 games. It would be a classic old character no one would see coming. And people already love chic and fast-playing characters. He has a moveset where you could incorporate sword, melee, and his final smash could be any of his jutsus.
Yeah, and plus it would probably get Naruto to shut up.
Yeah, pretty much. So I would say the first character I want to see, Shinobi. Second character, because I have heard rumors Square Enix is getting another character. Again, I'm going for a character not many people would know or have played the games from.
The Quiet Man?
Nope. Musashi. From, Brave Hero Musashi.
Like Brave Fencer Musashi. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I make a joke on the Quiet Man because apparently the game's terrible.
Yeah. Well,
it just did not perform.
No. So, again, varied moveset, sword characters are very popular. I like playing them, so I think Musashi would make a pretty good character overall and would be another good Square Enix rep not many people would expect.
Yeah, that's fair. Because, I mean, granted, Dragon Quest, because as I said earlier, Dragon Quest XI is one of Square's biggest franchises, and granted, a lot of people wouldn't see him in Smash Brothers, but he's large enough to where people probably would start to expect him.
Yep.
So, that's fair.
And third, gonna kind of be a fanboy here, but since Snake is back, Raiden. I would love to see Raiden.
I think Raiden is already a spirit.
Okay, I didn't know if he was a spirit or an assist trophy. I thought he might be in, but...
No.
Okay.
I believe he's a spirit.
Okay. What would be fun and different? Okay. We don't have any representatives from the Mega Man X series, so as another
Actually, Mega Man X is already in Mega Man's Final Smash.
I know.
And Zero's an assist trophy.
But we don't have any players.
Are you going to expect Axel?
Yes!
Why would...
Give me Axel.
He started off on the worst X game. Why would you want him in?
Actually, I love Axel as a character. 1. 2, by Mega Man X8, which I will defend as probably the best game in the entire X series.
Oh, God.
They really fix his gameplay. On a 2D environment, Axel becomes pretty useful and can be used in platforming segments where X is very difficult to get through.
There goes the dislike bar from all the Mega Man X fans.
Zero is kind of hard because you might dash directly into a spike, but you can control hover. And I feel Axel actually adds to the game. He's not as powerful as X, but he's more navigatable than Zero. Zero's still the strongest hitter. X is kind of the guy in the middle, but Axel's the guy used to navigate through the stage. And
oh my God.
I love Axel. I think he's pretty cool, and you could also give him a copy ability, kind of like Kirby.
Well, there goes the dislike bar for all the Mega Man X fans that will never agree with.
Actually, no. A lot of Mega Man X fans love X8, but we all hate X7.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm, like, raising my eyebrows heavily towards you right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm a huge Mega Man fan. I absolutely love the series. Mega Man X7 sadly was my introduction to Mega Man X.
Oh,
you know what?
Can we get
I was
some,
like 8, and
press F. Can we get some Fs in the comments for respect, folks? Can we get some Fs in the comments, please?
Yeah. But I powered through it, and you know what? Because he's not in the final Smash, since he's not an assist trophy, and since he's not a spirit, I think Axel.
For all we know, he might be a spirit already. For anybody that does,
that's true.
For anybody that's played through World of Light or gotten a huge amount of spirits, say in the comments if Axel is a spirit or not.
Yeah, because if he is, maybe he's out, but I would absolutely love to see Axel. That would just be unexpected, and there's a lot you could do with him.
Yeah, exactly. I can understand that. So, who else do you have in mind?
Let's see. We're getting a Persona character. So, I'm not going to go with my character from Persona 4 I was thinking of.
Oh my god, I just remembered another character I'd want in.
Okay.
Stock from Radiant Historia. Just as an odd throw-in, and also so that we can now have 3 people in Smash voiced by Xander Mobus.
Okay.
That would be Joker, the announcer, and Stock. So
okay, I got one. It's gonna be memey as hell, but I got one. Since Incineroar has a Big the Cat skin.
Oh no.
Let's reference Big the Cat's voice actor and put in Duke Nukem.
No! I know that Duke Nukem was on Nintendo 64. My dad played that like crazy, but no!
Yes, I actually did. Like, I'm gonna say it. Duke Nukem 3D on Nintendo 64 is the only version I'll play. I hate the PC controls. I hate it when it was released on Xbox 360. I tried, it never played right. I only play it on the 64.
Can we get some L's in the chat for Jordan's reputation in the gaming community right now? Like, get some L's in the comments, please. Comment some L's.
Like, I'm not kidding.
Like, don't just comment the letter L. Comment L, the character from Death Note.
Well, at least I'm popular. But no, I'm not kidding. I absolutely loved it on the N64, and I actually wasn't too mad at Forever. Like, considering the development hell it went through, it was at least mildly playable. I like the inclusion of the ego bar, so I would like to see what they could do with Nuke. You know? Duke.
Yeah, that game where he can get shit faced after one beer.
Yep, worth it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's my 4th pick. Okay.
That should be it for both of us.
No. I got one more. You said 5. Let me pull this.
No. 5 including Joker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one more for me though, because I just thought of it.
One more for good measure.
One more for good measure, because you include another one. I'm pulling out the instruction manual so I can find the character, because I forgot his name.
Oh god. So, folks, I hope you're all enjoying this little, this different thing here.
Wow, I'm surprised he isn't in the instruction manual, because, okay, I remember his name's Jack. I forgot his last name, but Jack
came in from Mad World?
Mad World and Anarchy Reigns.
Yeah! I would totally be fine with that. Hell,
you could have the black and white as an alt skin, and you already have a full color palette for him from Anarchy Reigns. So
yeah, and you have Platinum Games in your no, Jack Kamen. That's his last name.
Kamen. There you go.
But yeah, Platinum Games already has a good relationship with Nintendo thanks to Bayonetta.
Mm-hmm. So I would love to see another Platinum character.
And plus, Mad World's a Wii exclusive.
Yep. Never was re-released on another system.
I would be fine with that myself. Hell, I'm still pulling for a death battle episode between Jack Kamen and Travis Touchdown.
I would watch that.
Have you seen the Thanos and Darkseid death battle?
Have not yet, but it is in my watch later.
I will not tell you what happens.
Okay. But yeah, so Jack is... If Duke Nukem is my meme kind of joke inclusion, Jack is the one I'm actually hoping for.
Same for me with Travis Touchdown. As much as Geralt would probably be a meme for people, I vote Travis hands down.
Nice. Okay.
So
yeah, we got anything else to talk about?
Not as far as I can think of.
Cool.
So for anybody here that has a Smash character recommendation that isn't a joke character, please say so in the comments. We'd be legitimately curious about that.
All right. Well, it was great to have y'all all sit down with us. Hope to hear from y'all, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.